As the title says, yes, we do already know that, and the most recent example is going to be Call of Duty, because that game was just all about profit. That campaign looks fucking shit, especially the final boss. Now, of course, there is the other type of video games which are made with big companies and using a new IP, but the game is shit. And for example, that will be Redfall. I don't know if you guys remember that game, but that game was $70, and it even didn't even have like animated cutscenes. It was just like still images. Fucking terrible. Gameplay was buggy. They had to fix it, made do constantly update the game. It just fucking stupid.
Needed help. I told him it was reckless, but he didn't listen. We couldn't stop him. Please go find him.
Now there is also the third type when there is like a company with a lot of money and a lot of creativity. And the game that I'm going to give you, for example, is going to be Cyberpunk 2077, because if you all remember, that release was fucking terrible. They had to do a bunch of updates to fix the game, and I think it's been fully fixed for the last 2 years. Plus, it had a very successful DLC that came, and also a very successful anime series. Now they're doing a second season, and as far as I know, they're working on the second game, which, Cyberpunk finally got success. But the reason why the release was bad, it was pretty much because the developers started getting death threats. And that's kind of insane. I mean, what you're going to do, of course, you're going to release the game. Then we have the other type, which will be companies with pretty much not a big budget, very small team. And the most recent example is going to be Expedition 33. That game is fucking amazing. So I think the company only has 30 developers, and the game costs like about like 40 million, I think, but it gives you so much. Like there's so much story and side missions. The gameplay is fucking amazing, and it's very creative too, because most of the times when you think of turn-based role-playing games, it sounds kind of boring. You're just gonna wait for your turn, and then here it's a little bit different. So when the enemy hits you, you can parry or you can dodge. So it makes the game way more interactive, and I think that just extremely creative decision from that company. This game only costs $50, and it gives you way more than all these AAA companies. And it already sold like close to 5 million copies. I think it sold 5 million copies like in October or something. Now, not to say that all AAA game companies are making bad games, because that's not going to be true. There are just so many really good games, but they're not coming very often. So here I made the list of some of the games that I like, and they're all AAA games. So Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate 3, Helldivers 2, Doom Eternal, Spider-Man, and that's gonna be Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2, and Ghost of Tsushima. I just feel like when there is creativity and money, these companies cannot go wrong. Like, of course, there are gonna be some bad acts in, like, that's pretty much inevitable, but most of the games will do really well. Now, to go back on what Dan Houser said, this is kind of taken out of context in that post here, and someone actually posted a video of what he actually said.
Where can it go?
Where can what go?
Gaming.
It can go, with all things, it can either go somewhere really interesting or somewhere that gets overly focused on making money. And I think there's always that danger with any commercial art form that they get distracted by money. But I think that still a big ceiling creatively to make these kind of living narrative experiences. And I think that was what we were always trying to do.
Which do you think will win out? Money?
I think they'll both win.
Okay.
I think there'll be two paths. I've already seen that in
Yeah.
spaces in the games industry where they both kind of win.
Yeah, he said that we already seen that in game spaces, that it already happened before. So it's not something new. It's not like a prediction that this is what's going to actually happen. And yeah, he's right. That's happening in other mediums too, like manga taking over comic books. Some big movie companies are not as big as they used to be. They're not making all these billion-dollar profit projects anymore. And we see like how just creative companies like, for example, A24, it's making a movie with a 30 million budget, and they make like 100, 200 million, which is a huge success. And another example that I have here is going to be Joker. That movie cost 50 million and it made over 1 billion. So all I'm saying is pretty much everything is about creativity. But yeah, let me know what you think the future of gaming is going to be like. That's all I have to say about this one, and I'll see you in the next one.